class that she could not stop thinking about. There are more living organisms in a handful of healthy soil, the teacher had said, than there are people on Earth. Mira had looked down at her hands. She thought about the path from the house to the balcony steps and the dark soil at the edge of the ridge where she sometimes sat. She thought about that soil differently now. A single gram of healthy forest soil, she read in her textbook that evening, could contain up to 1 billion bacteria. There were also fungi, archaea, ancient single-celled organisms that are a separate domain of life from bacteria. Nematodes, tiny roundworms, protozoa, single-celled organisms that eat bacteria, springtails, mites, earthworms, beetle larvae, and organisms so small they did not yet have names. The soil, she understood, was not dirt. It was a civilization, an underground city, layered and intricate, where every resident had a role. The bacteria broke down organic matter, dead leaves, fallen branches, dead animals, into simpler compounds that plants could absorb. Without bacteria, the forest floor would simply accumulate the bodies of everything that had ever died in it. Nothing would decompose. Nothing would cycle back. Everything would stop. The fungi were even more interesting to Mira. She had learned about mycorrhizal fungi, fungi that form partnerships with the roots of most plants on Earth. The word mycorrhiza came from Greek mykes, meaning fungus, and rhiza, meaning root. These fungi extended the reach of a plant's root system dramatically, by up to 100-fold in some cases, in exchange for sugars that the plant produced through photosynthesis. It was a mutually beneficial relationship. The plant got water and minerals it could not access alone. The fungi got food, but the relationship was more extraordinary than a simple trade. The mycorrhizal network did not just connect one plant to one fungus. It connected plants to each other. A single fungal network could link dozens or even hundreds of trees in a forest, allowing them to exchange not just water and nutrients, but chemical signals. When one tree was under attack by insects, it could send chemical warning signals through the network that caused neighboring trees to begin producing defensive compounds before the insects reached them. Scientists had called this the Wood Wide Web. Mira sat with this idea for a long time. The forest above her was not a collection of individual trees competing for light and resources. It was a community. The trees were in communication. The old trees, the largest ones with the widest canopies and the deepest roots, were particularly well-connected hubs in the network, nourishing seedlings and younger trees through fungal links. Some researchers called them mother trees. She looked at the enormous oak at the far edge of the ridge. It must have been 300 years old, its canopy spread wide, and its roots reached deep. It had been a sapling when this mountain had looked very different, when there were no roads at the base, no electric lights visible at night in the valley below. How many thousands of connections did that tree have? She wondered, running invisibly through the soil. How many younger trees had it helped feed? A tree can reduce the amount of sugar it sends to neighboring seedlings when light becomes limited. It adjusts its generosity based on conditions. Whether this constitutes something like